In today's video, we'll be covering the takeoff from Virginia Airport, the weather for the day, a flight planning briefing of the aerodrome, the Durban Special Rules VFR departure to the Gauteng and Free State area, and why I haven't published videos for the whole month of July. Welcome aboard. Today we'll be departing from Virginia Airport. If you want to see the landing of this flight, the video is in the link in the top right hand corner and in the description below. Okay, so let's get into it. Flight planning briefing. Today, our takeoff time is 7:25 Zulu, with a startup time of 7:15 Zulu. Weather for the day, looking at NOAA's NOAA global weather map. There was a low pressure system with its periphery just passing Cape Town early Saturday morning. Lots of precipitation and low level clouds. This system transversed the entire south coast of South Africa overnight and would land in Durban around 11 o'clock Zulu. And this is in terms of rainfall. But low cloud cover was possible earlier. So because of this, I wanted to leave well clear of this weather, hence our takeoff time. In terms of fuel, I had full tanks, averaging 32 liters an hour at high elevation and 36 liters an hour at sea level, leaving an average endurance of 5 hours and 20 minutes. Flight time to Bethlehem, our fuel stop, was estimated to be 2.5 hours and 1.5 hours onwards to Climatology. But due to strong upper winds, it was 2.6 and 1.8 respectively, which means we averaged 72 knots ground speed versus our average 100 knots. Ouch. I have a personal flight time of 3 hours. This is just for me to be conservative with the fuel. I always like to have a good buffer left in the tanks. Also, for fatigue purposes, I have yet to develop my long distance tolerance. Virginia Airport fuel is supplied by East Coast Airways. Both Avgas and Jet A1 are supplied. You'll see an engine fuel bay as well, but last I was there it wasn't operational, and it seems that has been the case for a while. The tower is open from 4 a.m. Zulu to 5 p.m. Zulu Monday to Saturday, and 5 a.m. Zulu to 3 p.m. Zulu on Sunday. However, the aerodrome is open up until 8 p.m. Zulu with runway lighten, but no puppies for night operations. So you can depart or arrive late if you so wish. The runway is 925 by 22 meters in length. So with the conditions of the day, according to the pilot's operating handbook, one needed 230 meters ground roll and 530 meters takeoff distance over 50 feet. Luckily, there is a stopway there for runway 23, as there was an accident a few weeks back in June where a Piper Malibu had overrun. The aircraft had a wing drop on takeoff, so the pilot elected to abort. Aircraft did end up in the clearway, but the important thing is all on board are safe. After takeoff, we have a noise abatement procedure to depart seaward and climb to 1,000 feet as per ATC. Circuits at the aerodrome are 800 feet if you'll remain. In addition, I heard quite a number of traffic transitioning the ATZ 500 feet on the coastline. The 1,000 feet requirement is to allow space for inbound traffic at 1,500 feet. The air traffic zone's upper limit is, however, 1,000 feet, and departing south or westbound, you have TMA Foxtrot starting at 2,000 feet, and TMA Delta, where Pinetown is, starting at 3,500 feet. With TMA Charlie at 5,500 feet, where Alveston Mast is. With this, our departure was 1,000 feet to the N2, N3 intersection. Then we climbed to 2,500 feet to Pinetown. You may note at Pinetown itself, there's a certain elevation point which is at 2,700. So it does require one to just climb, so to speak, as soon as you arrive at Pinetown. Then at Alverton Mast, climb to 4,500 feet, or to be at 4,500 feet by Alverton Mast. All following the VFR semicircular rule, except our climb to Golf Yankee Victor, which is the VR station at Greytown Airfield, which we climbed to 6,000 feet due to the TMA restrictions above. But we needed to climb to cross the mountain range between the mast and Greytown. Now, for those of you who have subscribed, you might be wondering, why haven't I posted since the beginning of July? Now, for those of you who don't know, here in Southern Africa, we are currently experiencing our third wave. We have passed the peak, but the dominant variant is the Delta variant, and unfortunately, that one infects younger people more so than beforehand. So initially I had a mild case. This mild case persisted for 12 days, and then on the 12th day I just turned for the worst. That particular night, my oxygen levels, I had an oximeter. My oxygen levels dropped from 90% to 83% around 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I did manage to go back to sleep. I was having trouble breathing, but by 5 a.m. or so, my oxygen levels had dropped to 72%. So that's when I was rushed to hospital because I just couldn't breathe. And I spent quite a number of days there on oxygen. It's still all quite a blur to me, but I can tell you guys right now, it is one of the most hair-raising experiences of my life, and it was certainly touch and go over there. So it took me a total of 3 weeks to recover, or 3 weeks to test negative once more. I would say 90% or so, 90 to 95% or so recovered, but there's still some leftovers from the war of COVID on my body that it will take time for it to heal. So I certainly wish upon no one to go through this experience that I had. All I can say, guys, is just stay safe out there. Keep your immune system as high as possible with the right supplements, vitamin supplements that you can take. Keep healthy, take exercise, do some exercise, and of course abide by, or not abide, but take caution by masking up, washing your hands and hand sanitizing, as well as social distancing where you can. The thing is, with this virus, it's quite a luck of the draw. Some people just receive mild cases, others are asymptomatic and are absolutely fine, and you could just be one of those who just has the bad straw, and it really knocks you out. So just stay safe out there, guys. The only other thing I would like to contribute actually right now, or add, is obviously during that time KZN went through quite a chaotic period in itself, with all the looting and the violence that took place. So the the only thing I would like to mention on that is just to say kudos to the guys and girls who flew into Virginia Airport to bring in relief packages for those in need. So just another reason as to why Virginia Airport is necessary to allow general aviation to be present, or to allow general aviation to bring in relief efforts as they did. So congratulations to you guys, and thanks for what you did for them.
We'll fly 86 full flaps and land straight ahead onto the beach. Any questions? No? Good to go. You check that no one likes acting about petrol, right? Yep, okay, cool. Virginia Tower, ready for departure.
Okay, so on our right hand side you can see a holding point and another to our left, prior to the threshold of runway 23. This can be confusing, I know it was for me. It turns out, according to the AIP, this is to allow during busy days, that is long queues of aircraft waiting to take off, for ATC to give spacing for helicopter traffic to cross the taxiway for their landing port. So ATC will instruct aircraft one by one to cross over to the next holding point, which is the one closest to runway 23. Side note, our departure alternate for today is Pietermaritzburg and our destination alternate is Ladysmith. Better to fly eastbound from Bethlehem as it's downwind than to tackle a headwind. I recall when we were overhead Sterkfontein Dam Nature Reserve, we were achieving ground speeds of 60 knots, practically going nowhere. If I tried to fly to an alternate west of Bethlehem, it would have put us into trouble.
India, 1,000 feet, heading to harbor. Pressure to the book of your angel flight is over, flat 3 flights. 124.43, thank you very much. Oxygen India.
Thanks for watching. Remember, if you like these kind of detailed flight videos illustrating the local procedures or just experiencing POV of general aviation flying in South Africa, then subscribe and you'll be informed when I'll post videos. Also, if you're already subscribed, thank you. Please share to those or you think who need it or are interested. So stay safe out there, guys, and safe life.